Question?
Well, Coach, just with Gary's performance today, how do you think he played despite the end result?
I've got to go back and check the tape. It looked like he made some plays out there. I'm not sure without checking the tape to be able to see the entire game, but it looked like he did okay.
And what do you think happened at the end there just with the defense and what Jordan Travis was able to see and take advantage of this year?
Well, I mean, obviously he broke contain. He went down the sidelines. I saw some guys closing in on him, and it's a very delicate thing when you had a personal foul penalty earlier in the game, on the quarterback. And when those guys are running the sidelines, if you go at them full speed and you get them, and then they go out of bounds, it turns into a 15-yard penalty. So I thought some guys were pulling up, and he kept tippy-toeing down the sideline and turned it into a huge play. So, I mean, that's exactly what happened.
Mike? Hey, Coach, is there any update on Todd and why he didn't travel today?
No update.
And what can you say about Anthony Cooley and how he kind of played in that kind of starting receiver position, even though he's been on the field always, but just that main role?
Again, I got to watch the tape. I do remember the one play where he caught the ball over going across the field and then turned up and got the ball, had to take a guy on to get the ball in the end zone with the review play. Thought that was a really, really nice job. But Q's been around a long time. He's caught a lot of balls. I was excited to see his play, and it'll be exciting to watch the tape to see how his overall game was.
You were missing some guys today, clearly. You brought some guys with you that you probably didn't think were even going to be on your travel roster all year. And yet, to come back from 10 down in the fourth quarter showed, to me, some chutzpah that maybe I hadn't seen in the last couple seasons.
The word that you said, there's one word I didn't.
Chutzpah.
Say it again?
Moxie.
Moxie.
Yeah, they're able to come down from 10 in the fourth quarter with a team that wasn't, your full representation or your full squad.
Those guys like playing for each other in there. I mean, I told them I was really proud. We don't take consolations in L's. We won't do that. But as far as the effort goes, that was an extreme effort. That was an extreme effort in a very, very difficult situations. And, our family came up short. So we'll stay together and we'll get another opportunity next week.
I guess my point is, you need all your guys to be able to maximize what you're trying to do this year. And we're in an environment where week to week you may be missing guys that you would expect to have at the start of the week. How are you? Is this something you got to navigate?
Heartbreak Ridge is a great movie. Clint Eastwood, adjust and improvise. Everybody's going through it. There's no sense in crying or whining about it. You take your medicine and you go to work. And that's what we did, and we came up 3 points short.
Against a team that the last couple times you come down here have not been decidedly close.
One time we came down here and we were kicking for a field goal to tie the game up. At the end of the game, and it got blocked by a guy who plays for the Chargers.
But you don't come down here against this team with many opportunities to beat an 0-4 Florida State team.
I'm proud of the effort of the guys. I thought they had a really, really good effort.
More questions?
Do you plan on keeping Schrader as starting quarterback, or will it be running?
I will check the tape. Well, I think he did some really good things out there, but I will check the tape.
How do you assess Ian Hawkins' performance today at punter?
I couldn't hear the word.
How do you assess Ian Hawkins' performance at punter today?
For his first time out ever? Okay. I mean, okay, that's a hard situation.
And with Chris Elmore coming back this week, he was doing a lot of lead blocking. He was helping with a lot of, when Schrader was going and rolling out, he was setting up lead blocks. And on that touchdown run, he had a key block at the beginning of the play that helped that break. What can you say about his play today and how much he kind of means to that run blocking attack that you guys have? He
did good things, but he didn't do everything good, and I don't mean that as a negative. We're really happy that he's back. He's rusty. He's missed a lot of. I want to say he's missed 4 games if my numbers are right. But we need him back. He's a heartbeat of this football team, and he's one of our super seniors, and we need our leaders on the football field. especially going down the stretch.
And what can you say about Schrader, leading? It's his second start, but, he's been in for a lot this season in gameplay. How do you think he kind of led that team, just getting that fourth quarter drive and despite coming up short, still getting so close to getting that victory?
We're going to check the tape. I think he did a good job, but we got to check the tape.
Last year, so often you were towing the line, really between whether you were going to field the team for most of the year. Does this year feel different? Like, even though your numbers may not be where you want them to be, do you feel like you have enough to be able to withstand the type of losses that you had out here this week?
Yeah, this team is not like last year's team. Even though we've got people missing, last year was something totally different. And we're going to be able to compete. We're going to be able to battle. Some teams are going to be better. There's nothing you can do about that. But we're going to be able to put an effort forward. This team has got some stuff to it.
They show you anything today?
Oh yeah.
You
Oh yeah. Grandpa's proud. They did some work today. They did some work.
Coach, I don't know if you've been asked, but 2 of 12 on third and the fourth down plays.
Say it again.
On third down, there were some shortcomings offensively for Syracuse, and on fourth down, of course, they had some big stops, especially on the goal line. Any common areas there where shortcomings were on third down in particular today?
We're going to go back. Anytime that you go for it on fourth down, you don't get. I think it's the first time we've missed on fourth down this year. So, it's hard to be perfect in that down and distance. Just ask some of the teams that have been playing. But, we'll go back and check. I think we can do better. And we were disappointed that we didn't get it. And there was a third down that's pretty much the same. We think we can get them all, even though we understand that mathematically that shouldn't happen.
Brad, Darren, anything?
Well, Coach, first ACC game of the year. What kind of challenges did you see that you may have anticipated, maybe didn't, with the different pedigree potentially of play between your non-con and this one?
I don't know. I thought it was a competitive game. There was some chess being played out there. They a lot of big people on the field at the same time to go after our defense. I thought that was interesting. We tried to do some things, and then they did some checks, and they made some adjustments, and we made some adjustments. I think this is the most points we've scored in a while, especially tying in from last year with an ACC team. And there's a lot of 4 and 5 stars out there. So I think we're doing some good things. It was physical. There's a lot of guys moving around slow in our locker room, but hopefully it was physical on the other side as well.
Coach, their quarterback was able to make a lot, obviously, with their feet, and you might have already been asked about this, but how do you go about addressing that in practice moving forward and trying to shut down mobile quarterbacks?
It's interesting when you have a quarterback that is that mobile that can still throw the ball, because he can beat you with his arm, he can beat you with his legs, and then you're trying to pass rush him, and if you leave a lane open and he steps through, you either got a whole bunch of guys deep playing zone, or you got a whole bunch of guys with their back turned to the quarterback playing man-to-man, and that's what people are moving to. I'm not saying that that's the way football is being played, but the more mobile your quarterback, if he can throw the ball as well, you have a lot of options.
Last year, the Coach Panthers got it. And, what did you see on that interception by Deuce Chestnut? It was the second of the season, I'm sure.
Not only was it the instincts was right on. When you make a play like that, you have to go for it. Like vacation. Well, are you going to go for it? Are you going to go for it? You're too young. You don't know that one. You're going to have to go to YouTube on that one. But he went for it, and then the catch he made was no joke, because he caught the ball, and the first thing that hit the ground, unless I'm wrong, was his elbows. And as a wide receiver, when you catch a ball like that, a lot of times your elbows will jar the ball free. But he stayed locked on, and he had so much confidence that he stayed locked on, and then he just jumped up and let it go, where it was like, there's no way you guys aren't going to call this an interception, and just took off running away. A lot of confidence, a lot of moxie. I'm telling you, the catch was a lot harder than what you guys think it was, and he made it look easy.
Last one.
Hey, Coach, obviously Todd Harris doesn't make the trip, and he's not the only one, and you're not going to comment on what exactly went into the decision. I understand, but what did you lose? What were you without exactly with Ty Sheriff's not here?
I don't talk about people that aren't here. We had more than enough in that locker room to win. We're disappointed that we came up 3 points short, but we had more than enough in that locker room to win this game. More than enough.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach.
Cooley and the public has before you.